Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly and I am here with the last and final part of my Winter Wonderland mini album tutorial. We are going to be working on the inside covers and finally see it all come together. So let's get started. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to finish up working on this Winter Wonderland mini album tutorial. So what we have left to do is the inside covers. So I decided I'm going to leave the inside front cover pretty plain because this page is very bulky and you kind of don't have a lot of room on this side to expand, but on the back we have a little bit more wiggle room. So let's get right into designing this page. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece of design paper and I'm going to cut this at 7.5 by 9.5. So let me cut it right there, and I'm just simply going to glue this down here. And so I'm going to use this little piece of scrap and I'm just going to leave it the way it is, but I do want to trim the corner a little bit, so I am just going to cut a little section like so. So this could be like one of those file folder type pockets. Now I'm also going to find some of my scrap pieces here to cover this piece. So I'm gonna first measure this. So this measures 4.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to cut this at 3.25 by 4.25 first. Okay, and then I'm going to simply line this up, you know, like on the exact corner, and I'm going to cut this again so we get the same angle, just like that. And now we're just gonna center this and glue this here. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this down here, and then I'm going to glue these two pieces. So first I'm gonna glue this down. So then I'm going to use one of these chipboard stickers to decorate this pocket. So I'm going to glue this first before I add the pocket. I think it'll be easier this way. So I'm just going to center it. Here we go. And now what I'm going to do is just add glue as an L shape, like on the side and the bottom. Just like that. So quick and simple. And then I'm just going to line this up on the corner here. Okay, so then here you can tag little things, just something small. All right, so now let's work on the back. So I'm going to cut a sheet of 12 by 12 into 9.75 by 12. So then we're going to score at 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches along the 12-inch side. And then we're gonna turn this over to the 9.75 inch side, and we're going to score at half and at 4. So we're gonna score at half and at 4.5, okay? Not 4, sorry. So we're going to score at half and 4.5, and then we're gonna turn this over and score at half and 4.5, okay? So ignore this line that I did there. Okay, so now I am going to fold along the score line. So first I'm going to fold this in half at the 6 inch. Just like that. And then I'm going to fold this in just like this. And I'm going to fold this in again. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this on half, just like so. And we are going to trim on the score lines. So for example, on the first one, we're going to cut from here up until the center. Okay, so I'm going to place that here. And you can use the paper cutter, you can do it with your scissors, it's either way. So I'm just going to show you here like that. Okay, so we're gonna cut up until the score line. Same thing on the bottom. There you go. And then for the other ones, ignore my line that I made a mistake here, but you're gonna have 2 lines on the center. So we're also going to cut on those 2 lines. So here and here. Okay, so I guess I don't need my paper cutter. Okay, so now we're gonna open this up again, and then we are going to push the pieces that we cut in like so. And now we're gonna fold this in half like so. Okay, so you're gonna have this shape that kind of looks like a knee. There you go. So when we open this page, it's going to look like it has this 3D effect as well. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a second sheet of cardstock, and we are going to cut it the same size so we can just simply back that piece up. So I'm going to cut at 9 3/4, and then we're going to score at 6 inches, which is right down the middle. And we're gonna fold and press down, and then we're going to join these 2 together. So what we're gonna do is place one inside like so. Okay, make sure that they're lined up like this, and then we're gonna open that up, and I'm going to add my glue on this 1/2 inch and this 3/4 inch, this big piece. Oops. So here we go. Make sure we got a lot of glue in there. And then on this 1/2 inch down here. And then again, I'm going to make sure this is center and close this. Okay, so let's make sure it's not sticking out from any side like that. Okay, and then we're just gonna press this down, and we're gonna open it all the way, and now we're going to add glue on this other side. All over here, over here. Okay, and now we're going to close this. There we go. And then when we open this up, we have this cool little feature. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add my magnets to keep this closed, and then I'm going to decorate in here as well. So I am just going to, I'm trying to think if I want to do 1 layer or 2, but I think 1 should be enough. And so what I'm going to do is just actually place it right on the center here. So I'm gonna put 1 there, and then the other one, oops, this got pushed in. So I'm gonna put the other one on the outside there. Okay, and that's gonna keep it nice and close. So let me take off this little piece, and then let's see, where's it gonna go? Right there. Okay, so then I'm going to use some of my scrap pieces. I have these 2 little pieces, and I like using all my scraps. So I think I'm going to create like a double belly band, and I know this measures 6 inches, so I'm going to cut these so I'm actually going to cut them at 8 inches, just so I have a good area to glue them down. And then we are going to score these 2 pieces at 1 inch. Okay, so let's do 1 inch here, and we'll do 1 inch on the other side. So I'm scoring at 1 and 7, just like so. And then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to place this down on the page. So I'm just gonna add a little glue here, and this is of course not working. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little glue and a little glue in this 1 inches. And so I'm gonna put one here, just like that. Okay, and then I'll do the other one higher up. Okay, so it's always fun to create different elements. Instead of adding one big belly band, we're gonna split it in two, and it will look a little bit different, and also we're using more scrap pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to add my glue here and here, and now I'm ready to glue this down. So now I'm going to add a piece of design paper, and this one is going to go on the inside of the belly bands, and I'm going to cover the magnet, of course. So this piece measures 9 1/4 by 5 3/4. So oops, let's make sure that it goes all the way. And I like doing a whole piece instead of paper piecing, you know, like adding a little piece here just to cover the voids, because if you do that, then it's every time you slide something under, it's going to keep getting stuck. But when we put one whole piece, then nothing's gonna get stuck in between. It's just going to go nice and smooth. So I have the piece there, and I'm just gonna take it out again, and that's my glue. Okay, and now we're gonna add the piece again. So see what I mean? Like this will get stuck in here quite a lot if we didn't add that piece. Okay, so I'm just gonna center it, and then we're gonna press down, and there we go. So that is going to be the first piece, and then we're gonna decorate there and here, and then I'm going to decorate on the inside. And this right here is a great way to use all your scrap pieces. So it's really easy to get covered up because you don't need large pieces of paper. So I'm just going to cut these at 2 3/4 by 9 1/4, and I think this already measures 9 1/4, so we're good there. And this is a little bit short, so I'm going to use this other piece here, 9 1/4 by 2 3/4, which is right there. And now I'm going to add the 2 long pieces on the sides. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of these 4x3 cards. So first I'm just gonna cut them at 4x3, the ones that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to trim them a little bit because I believe the piece it's also around 4x3. So we're just gonna take out a little bit on the top and a little bit on the sides as well. Okay, so just a little bit more here. Okay, so now that should fit, and I'm going to put this Let It Snow up in there, and I'm thinking of doing 2 cards and then leave the other 2 for pictures. So let's do this one, so like that, and then we can pick one more, and I'm thinking maybe this is snowman. I was going to add this little guy here, but I think I'll add this one instead. So let's cut this piece out. And I'm just going to do the same thing here. Just take them all out first, and then take a little bit out on the top and the sides. And you want to take on both sides, that way if the image is still center. And then maybe I'll do a little bit more on the bottom. Okay, so now we have this piece here and this piece there. Okay, and we're just gonna press this down just like that, and then make sure this will come up. How cute is that? And I got a little boo-boo in here. I got stuck with some some tape in there. But yeah, so here we'll add pictures, and then here in the center I think I'm going to cover it since I have all kinds of scraps. I am going to cut a piece of 5 3/4 by 1/2 inch. Okay, and this should go right in the center here. Maybe I'll do it a little bit smaller than, oh, okay. I didn't cut it a 1/2 inch, that's why it was so big. Okay, so 1/2 inch should fit. First I'm going to fold it on half, just to match that folding line. And then I'm going to glue it. Okay, so I'm just going to do the first side right on the corner, and then we're gonna do the other side. And just close this. Okay, and now we have this piece covered. Oops, I'm going to make sure that it's glued all the way. Okay, so here we go. And you can do the same on the top and bottom, but I don't think the top and bottom are wide enough to go through all the trouble. Okay, so now we have that, and then here I'm also going to cover that up with some paper, but let's bring the book out and just start adding the piece. Okay, so then we are going to add this piece here on the back, but I'm thinking of adding it like kind of like a page also. That way we use, you know, we're not wasting all this space for pictures. So let me grab some scraps here. I think I should be able to have a piece. I'm literally out. This is probably all I have. So I'm going to cut these at 9.5 as well, because that is the size of this page. And this I think measures about 2 inches maybe. Yeah, it's about 2.5. So just any piece of your scraps. I'm going to score these on half to create this connector piece, and we're going to fold along this score line here right down the center, and then I am going to add these like a page. So I am just going to glue these on the side. It's going to be on the same side that it opens up, so I'm going to add my glue almost like that, and line it up with the side just like this. Okay, and then I am going to glue this piece down to my book. I am going to keep it center because I like the look of this being center, and then I'm just gonna cover that little piece with my design paper. Okay. So I'm gonna press this down, and what I'm going to do to keep this closed is add another magnet in here. Okay, so here's my magnets, and I have quite a lot of magnets left from the one pack. So I think I have 3 left. So I have plenty of magnets to finish up the look. So I am going to just peel off the tape here and close these up. There we go, something like that. So now these will open up like so, and then this also opens up, and I don't need a magnet here because we have the magnet that we added back there. So this closes nice and tight. Okay, so now I cut my paper, and this measures 9 3/4 by, let's measure that here, by 6 1/2, and that's going to be the piece on the back. So I'm going to glue this one down. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this other one. Now this one measures 9 3/4 by, I think, 3/4 inches. And I'm just gonna glue it on the back there, so it kind of looks like it's one big piece on the back. So now I'm going to use some more of my scrap pieces and cover these little belly bands. And so this piece measures 5 3/4 by 2, and same thing with this one. And I'm just adding this blue, so it's more settle, but I am going to use some of my chipboard stickers to decorate that. So I'm thinking the winter here, it's really cute, this little winter piece. So I am going to take this out, and that's going to be on the top. So I'm going to start by gluing the center pieces, that way I know it's going to be centered on the page. And I always like to add glue on top of the chipboard, regardless if it already has adhesive on it or not, just because it will last longer this way. So I'm gonna add some more glue and continue building this little banner piece. And then I'm going to add this little cold hands warm heart. I think it looks really cute, and it goes with the whole look of this page with the mittens and the coziness. So I am just adding that in here. And then I'm going to use my scrap pieces. I have all kinds of leftover papers to build what is going to go in here. So maybe we can add a large page like so. So that is it for this page, and I think we're done with this tutorial. I'm just going to continue adding some of my papers throughout the pages that I leave blank, and I am going to be back with the final reveal of the album. So I hope that you like this tutorial. I hope that you give it a try, and don't forget to visit the store, JS Hobbies and Crafts. I'm gonna have all the links on the description box below. I want to thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.